Hi Circle, I hope you're doing well. My name is Paul Sanchez from Fit For You, and I'll be taking you through today's flexibility session. Today's circuit, we're going to be working through the whole body, starting from the top, working our way down. So to begin with, start by sitting on your heels, getting comfy. From here, tilt your head to the side, use your other hand, just gently put it down a little bit further, and with the opposite hand, I want you to reach out as far down and out to the side as you can. So reaching for the ground, still in contact with the floor, reaching out as far as you can. So you want to be reaching down here, not up here, and you should be feeling a really, really good stretch through the neck and into the traps along here. Again, reaching more with the opposite hand, just lightly pulling the head to the side, and then gently bring your head back up the center, and we're going to repeat on the other side. So slightly pulling out, and then with the other arm, really, really reaching out as far as you can. You should feel it start to ease off. And then again, slowly bring your head back to the center. Now for the next exercise, we'll be working on loosening up the shoulders. I'll show you from the side. Link your hands behind your back, and then from here, turn your palms facing down. And from this position, I want you to focus on pushing your chest out and your shoulders down. And just hold this position, try and bring your hands up as high as you can. And you should feel a really, really good stretch throughout here in the shoulders and the chest. Just hold it, hold it. And as it starts to ease off, just relax. From here, bring your knees apart, sitting out on your heels. Reach out for the ground in front of you and try and bring your chest to the floor. Just getting a bit of a stretch in the lats and in the lower back here. And then we're just going to shift up into the center of the back by going to cat's pose onto your hands and knees, arching your back and pushing the spine out towards the ceiling. Just hold this position. Okay, next one, working on through the chest. Lie into your front, one hand, elbow at a right angle. Place it on the floor. Start with your elbow a little bit higher than your shoulder, and then just roll onto it. From here, you feel a really, really good stretch here in the pectorals. And if you want to progress the stretch, make it a little bit deeper, just push this elbow into the floor, pushing against the ground. Then I'm going to repeat this on the other side. So I'm just going to show you my back to you so you can see what it looks like on the other side, the direction. Just rolling onto it. Again, pushing your chest, pushing your elbow down to the floor, getting that nice stretch in the chest. Okay, relax. Lie back onto your front. So for the next one, we're going to be stretching out a bit more into the hips and into the abdominals. Hands on the floor, flat on the floor, elbows tucked in, and just gently push your upper body up and look at the ceiling, and then coming back down. So you want to maintain contact with the floor with your hips. Each time, just trying to raise a little bit higher. And we're just going to go for one more. And relax. Okay, now for the next one, we're going to move on through into the glutes and the legs. Start off by lying your back, and from here, tuck your knees into your chest and just squeeze in, trying to make yourself into as small a ball as possible. So really, really pulling your body in tight. Just going to hold this position for a few seconds. Slowly release the legs and let them slowly lower back down to the ground. Bring the knees back into your chest. Quick squeeze, 1, 2, 3, and again release. I'm just going to repeat this a few times. 1, 2, 3, release. Still trying to squeeze, making yourself into as small a ball as possible. And one more time. Okay, and for the next one, one foot flat on the floor, cross the other foot so the ankle's against the knee, and then with the leg which you're supporting yourself up with, just bring the foot a little bit further out, and then what we can do, we're going to pull our knee into the opposite shoulder. So I'm holding the left knee, I'm going to be pulling into the right shoulder. Just hold this position, really squeezing, pulling it in. You should feel as it starts to relax, it should get a little bit easier to get a little bit more range through. And relax, and repeat on the other side. So again, start off crossing your leg, ankle on the knee, then pulling the foot out a little bit further, pulling the knee into the opposite shoulder. Okay, now for the next one, we're going to come up into a squat, holding the bottom from here, pushing your knees out the elbows, and I'll show you from the side for the next part. Then put your hands flat on the floor, and with your feet, heels flat on the ground as well, extending the legs, pushing the knees back, then coming back into that squat. Pushing the knees out with the elbows, hands on the floor, extending the legs, pushing the knees back. I'm just going to repeat this a few more times. And last one. Okay, and relax. Now for the next one, we're going to start off into a lunge position. From here, start off by pushing through the hips. You're trying to get your front knee over the front toe, back hip when you're pushing down to the ground. We're going to progress this by going to a slightly deeper lunge. So just do this. Put your hands on the floor, bending the arms, trying to get your elbows down to the ground, and just holding this position. Try to sink into it. And last one before we switch over. Come back up slightly, and we're just going to rotate towards that leading leg. So using the opposite arm and flat on the ground to help support yourself. Just rotate. As you twist, your eyes are following your hand, getting a full rotation through the thoracic region of the spine. Okay, I'm going to repeat that on the other side. So start off just in that lunge position, pushing forwards through the hips. Again, trying to get the front knee over the front toe, the back hip pushing down into the ground. Hands on the floor, try and drop into your elbows. This position. If you can't get this low, that's fine. Just try and go through your range. Try and get your elbows as close to the ground as possible. Just hold this position. And come back up again. I'm going to do that rotation towards the leading leg. Okay, last exercise we're going to go in, we're going to finish with a frog pose. So, sitting on your heels, bring your knees out as far as you can, and from here, as the floor, and just push your hips down into the ground. Right, really pushing forwards, sinking into it, and we're just going to hold this position. Okay, good. Shake it off, and we'll leave it there for the day. Really, really good job, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.